What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for August 17th, 2023. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Good bounce back win for the Phils, 9-4. Kind of sleepy there in the first couple innings, but then the offense got going. Bryce hit 2 homers. I do feel it might be time to start being a little concerned with Aaron Nola. I don't know whether it's the stress from the contract talk. I don't know, but he gave up another homer. Doesn't really seem to be able to go very deep in games, and I don't know. I think it's time to at least be concerned. He went 5, but the bullpen was awesome. I mean, and that's not always going to be the case, but they shut down Toronto. But Nola gave up the 4 runs and just looked like he was struggling to get through it. And it seems like that's been his MO the past few starts. So I don't know if more rest now. It's just something to keep an eye on. They are off today. They do have that 3.5 game cushion in the wild card. I do want to see them get that a little bit bigger. They're up 2 on the Giants for the second wild card, which San Francisco's coming in a couple weeks. And then there's like 5 or 6 teams. The Cubs are there. The Marlins are there. The Padres are lurking down lower. The Diamondbacks are there. So there's enough teams to give you concern where you just want to keep increasing that lead. But they get another day off, and then DC this weekend with San Francisco on the horizon. Want more Phillies coverage? Check out our friends at 2008 Phils. The link is in the description for 75% off a subscription. What subscription gets you access to everything in their site, all the archives, all the articles, all of the chat, the discussion. You get the 2008 World Series banner t-shirt. 2008 Phils will follow your Twitter account. And you get access to giveaways, tickets, autographs, memorabilia, all kinds of stuff like that. All for $2 a month, $20 for the year. Be sure to check out the link for your exclusive This Day in Philly Sports History listener 75% off subscription. All right, Little League World Series update. The Delco team played and lost 2-1. Kind of controversial. The pitcher from Texas was just dealing. They play this weekend, but it's definitely good to see a local team in there. Delco was well represented in the crowd. You want to support Delco? Check out phillygoat.com. They have Delco t-shirts. Whether or not you have a positive opinion or negative opinion on Delco, everybody has an opinion. Why not go get a Delco shirt, Philly neighborhoods, whatever you want, they have. We always talk about the sports apparel stuff, but they have the Philly neighborhoods, the suburbs, whatever you want. Go check it out. Support the Little League World Series team from Delco. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery for 10% off of your order. Get some Eagle stuff while you're there. Do a little back-to-school shopping. Get some stickers for your kids' water bottles. Whatever you want, they have. Go check out phillygoat.com. Support the Little League World Series team from Delco by buying a Delco t-shirt. Using the promo code Jim Montgomery helps me out, helps you out, helps them out. All right, Eagles update. They are in action tonight against the Browns. Sirianni's been very tight-lipped about who's going to play, who's not going to play. I don't see the starters playing much, if at all, tonight. One of the things I will be looking at, though, is the cornerbacks and safeties. See how some of those young guys if they can impress. Sidney Brown looked good the other night against Baltimore. I want to see if he can keep that up against Cleveland. I want to look at the special teams, see who's making a difference, because coming into the season, that's one of my biggest question marks for this team. The punter competition, see which way they're going to go with that, and also how some of the defensive line rookies look. Some of those guys from Georgia, see if they even play. But I want to see more, just to see what we got. just to see if we are going to continue to have the depth and the success that we've had. I want to see if Jalen Carter can come in and wreck shop again. He might only get 1 or 2 snaps tonight, so let's see if he can come in and wreck it up. But looking forward to this, because once we're done this, then there's one preseason game, and then it's with the countdown to the regular season starts. No real big updates on the James Harden situation. Things were quiet, but I did see an article where his camp, after they broke off trade talks, said we're going to put them through some real pain. So I'm wondering if, and I mean, I'm not trying to be like NYPD Blue detective here, but I wonder if that's where he comes through as saying he's a liar, or if he's still mad about contract extensions or what. There's still more to this story that we're probably never going to find out, but I mean, I would love to know what Daryl Morey's lying about. If it's the trade thing, then that's kind of weak, but I don't know. So if this is real pain, like, I feel like we're just hitting the surface. Things are going to get much, much uglier as we go. But no real big updates other than that. For now, I feel like once Harden gets back from China, shit's going to hit the fan. But we'll see. It's always fun times in Philly basketball right now. All right, today we're going to go back to 2001, and on this day, August 17th, 2001, Philadelphia hosted the Summer X Games for the first time. It was the 7th edition of that. Some of the highlights were it was the downhill BMX debuted, and this actually took place at Woodward Camp, which is central PA, about 90 minutes northwest of Harrisburg. It was the first time the events were held inside and outside the arena. At the time, it was the FU Center, but they did some events inside, some of the parking lot. I remember how they had it set up with the dirt and everything. Almost 235,000 fans came to see the X Games during that whole week. Some other highlights: Bob Bergquist scored an almost perfect 100 on the skateboard vert. Tony Hawk was so impressed he lost his voice. Ty Chris did the first ever double backflip from inline skating, which just inline skating in and of itself sounds hard to do. So to do a double backflip sounds even more incredible. Stephen Murray did the first double backflip bike stunt dirt in bike stunt dirt competition. You can tell I'm not a big X Games person. Ultimate X, the movie that ESPN did about the X Games, was filmed here. Corey Hart, you might know him. He was hospitalized after falling off his bike in competition. However, he met his future wife, Pink, here. So on this day was the opening ceremonies of the 2001 Summer X Games in Philadelphia. They actually were here the year after as well. We went through some of the highlights, but I do remember driving down past there, and it was pretty cool how they had things set up inside and outside. All right, 31 questions in 31 days as we get ready for tonight's preseason action. Today, I want to look at the cornerbacks, and I think this is a strength of this team. I think being able to sign the extension for Darius Slay was huge. Bringing back James Bradbury was equally as huge. So now you have 2 Pro Bowl caliber guys in that secondary. And then you have one of the best slot corners in the game, Avonte Maddox. So right there. And then there's lots of depth and competition, which is why tonight I want to watch and see how some of these young guys got Zach McPherson, who's great on special teams, which is a need. Josh Jobe, also a special teamer, who, again, you not only do you need depth at corner, you need depth on the special teams, because that is an area of weakness. They signed Greedy Williams from Cleveland, who's looking to resurge his career. They drafted Keely Ringo, which I love. Eli Ricks, I think, too, is a huge undrafted free agent pickup. I do think this is a strength of this team, which is actually ultimately going to help out the linebackers and the safeties, which are two of the question marks. Are going to be able to help mask some of this. But I think the important part is you have your top three with Slay, Bradbury, and Maddox. I need to see the depth there, and I need to see these guys contribute on special teams, which, again, will help with the third question going into this offseason. But the corners, like I said, I feel are a strength of this team. Looking forward to see how some of these young guys play tonight and just see where they land. Again, Keely Ringo, I like him a lot, and I think he is going to be the guy that kind of steps up. If you think back to when Bobby Taylor was here, Troy Vincent, and they went out and drafted Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown and sort of had the guys in waiting. Hopefully Keely Ringo is one of those guys. I think he will be, but I'm anxious to see where sort of that kind of lands. But it is the strength of this team, and it's not something I'm concerned about, but I want to see them be able to build that depth to get to just more of a comfort level and help out that special teams. But on this day back in 2001, the Summer X Games kicked off in Philly. Eagles in action tonight against the Browns. Who knows what update we're going to have on the Sixers tomorrow. Phil's with a much-needed day off. Go enjoy your Thursday. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History. I'm Jim Montgomery, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.